successful landscapers choose to have a community around themselves and how important this is as it relates to success. So I'm really excited to dive in today and share this with you. I'm Gabe Arnold, and this is the Green Mountain Podcast. We are the champions who brave the elements to create beauty. We see chaos and create order. We are never afraid of hard work, and we understand the power of strategic thinking and intentional actions. We come from all walks of life, and we will never allow our past to determine our future potential. We create beauty around the homes of our customers and increase the value of our community with the work that we do every day. We understand the power of consistent branding because it helps us grow and serve all those around us. We practice effective sales so our company, employees, and community can benefit from the value we add. We intentionally invest in operational habits that help us deliver excellent results to our customers on a continual basis. We understand that powerful and beautiful things take time to grow, and with consistent watering and intention, amazing results can happen. We are committed to making the world a better place by being positive examples to all those around us. We don't allow anyone to look down on us because we know the value we bring to our community as leaders. We create positive workplaces for our employees so they feel safe and supported, and at the same time, we hold ourselves to high standards. We pursue excellence on a daily basis because we know the journey is worth the sacrifice. We are the protectors of the land. We are the guardians of beauty. We are the heroes. We are landscapers. So long ago, like almost 25 years ago, I built and sold my first website for $3,000 to the father of one of my friends that I had kind of grown up with and been around. And my father's friend, my friend's name was Bill Jr. His father was Bill Sr. And he ran a very large and successful plastic extrusion manufacturing company. And it was one of the best experiences I had, because not only was it the first time I got paid to help people market and grow their business through a website and through some other things that they were doing as well. But throughout that process of the project, I got to talk to Bill Sr. about what it was like to run a company like that. And I was especially interested to hear his story and his input, because he had built and sold 2 other manufacturing companies for multiple millions. And this was his third business that he was building to sell. And he ended up selling it to a partner and his son, who now, I believe still today, own it. And so I had a lot of questions for him, like, how did you do that? What are the things you'd share with me? What would you recommend? And he told me something that I'll never forget. And he said, if you don't know your numbers, perfectly, you don't know where everything stands on a daily basis, then you don't have adequate financial control. And at first I was like, what do you mean? Like a daily, how do I know what's going on a daily basis? And he said, if you don't know what's being produced on a daily basis, that's going to be billable. If you don't know how much cash is in the bank, if you don't know what you're spending, if you don't know where payroll's at, then it's going to be really easy to run your company into the ground or make a mistake. And I took that lesson to heart. And even though it took me another 10 or 15 years to truly grasp that, because I just wasn't very financially intelligent in the beginning as an entrepreneur, is something that always stuck with me. And to this day, since I actually fully learned the lesson and implement it, I get a daily financial report from my team. I also can look at anybody's performance metrics and see, what they're producing and what results they're getting. And that has been a really powerful, impactful moment in my life. And I wouldn't have had that opportunity if I didn't have Bill Sr. in my community around me. A community of entrepreneurs is something that really supports us and serves us well, because without that input from people that have tried and failed, who are farther down the road, who have made the mistakes that we don't, want to make ourselves, then we end up making them. And we don't even necessarily have the guidance or the knowledge to learn from the mistakes we're making. And so without real peers around you, you'll get bad advice and you'll feel alone, because not a lot of people have the guts, the stamina, the courage to create a business, to go out and work hard and try to create a better life for themselves, for their family, for their employees, and to really serve clients at the highest level. And so it's easy to get bad advice from well-meaning friends or family members or people that have no idea, what it actually takes to be successful. And when we're surround ourselves, with other people in our industry, like we're really grateful that we have a mastermind for landscapers, because when you surround yourself with landscapers with varying different sizes of business, whether they're starting out or they're way down the road and they're way up the Green Mountain, to that $10 million a year mark or higher, we have two awesome opportunities that happen. One is if say you're running $1 million business now or a $2 million business, and one of our mastermind members is just starting out and they're trying to break six figures or they're trying to get to the $500,000 mark. There's so much, support and encouragement and feedback and just experience that you can share with them that it will really help and move them along. And it'll also honestly make you feel good when you get to help somebody step up and really grow. And the other benefit of being in a community like this is, regardless of what community you choose, which I'll talk about here in a little bit, is you have people that are way ahead of you and can say, yeah, to scale to 5 million, here's what it took. Here's the things that I learned. And so the collective knowledge of a true mastermind of people that are really your peers in the landscaping space is absolutely critical if you want to grow and succeed, because it'll allow you to shortcut, the learning lessons and the mistakes by, if you pay attention, if you really listen to the people that are actually in your space and have done what you're trying to do, you can learn from them very quickly and you can accelerate your growth and accelerate your progress up the Green Mountain. That's really what allows us to be successful, is making sure that we have the right people in our life. There's an old saying that maybe I'll remember who said it, but it says, you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And so if you continue to put people around you who have the experience, who can guide and support you, who know what it takes to build a successful company, then you're going to grow naturally and move towards that. Whereas if you only took advice from, again, well-meaning, but unqualified friends and family members who are trying to tell you how to run your business, they're going to tell you things that don't make sense, that don't have any real experience behind them. And it ends up, just damaging you or slowing you down or discouraging you. And so my encouragement to you today is to remember that in order to be successful in so many different areas of life, and especially as entrepreneurs building a landscaping business, it's really important that you choose to have a community around you. So if you have that already, or you have a source of, community, then that's awesome. I encourage you to really lean into that. But if you don't have the support you need, then head over to landscapemarketinghero.com. Reach out to us. We are opening up the mastermind to a few members right now. And so we have some spots open. And I would love to have you join us, because we talk about how to consistently brand your business so that sales, or opportunities to sell are coming in. We talk about effective sales so that when you do get that sales opportunity, you know how to handle it, you know how to close it effectively and profitably. And we talk about operational habits that will allow you to run your business in such a way that in not too long of a time, you can step back from the areas that you don't enjoy or that you just shouldn't be in anymore because the business is growing and needs your strategic input. And you can ultimately be in a position where the business can run itself, stage by stage. You can move it to where the business is running itself almost on autopilot, and you get to manage the strategy and the top level, processes. That's something that can happen as you apply, the CEO method that we talk about on the show here, and that we really go into great depth in the mastermind, because those 3 keys are really the pieces that are going to move you forward: consistent branding, effective sales, and operational habits that move you forward. And so regardless of where you choose to get support, my encouragement to you today is be intentional about finding a community of people that are in your industry, that understand what you're actually trying to accomplish and have experience, because they're going to be the people that encourage you and help you move forward. So I appreciate you taking time to tune in today, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's show. If you're ready to begin your journey up the Green Mountain, where we show you how to build a low-stress, high-profit, $10 million per year landscaping company, then head over to landscapemarketinghero.com to download your free growth map. One of our guides will be there to help you along the way. Again, that's landscapemarketinghero.com.